Hi, I'm Natalie and I run Nature Nurture, a community interest company in Reading, just about to turn into a charity. So for the last 12 years, we've been on a mission here in Reading, connecting our community with the nature on our doorstep. Core to our approach is genuine community co-design.
The Holy Brook Nook was an area of disused land.
It's a Victorian area. It's a very close-knit community, and then when the inner distribution road was built, there was a lot of demolition, so it fractured the community, and there's no community hubs, as it were.
We're asking for £480,000 over 3 years from the Reaching Communities Fund for this Holy Brook Nook project. So this space is in the heart of an urban area with very little other green space. It's right near the inner distribution road, and this ward has 49% of people living in flats and higher than average child poverty. When we first visited this space back at the beginning of 2022, it was in a real state. We had rough sleeper camps down here, litter everywhere, even hazardous drug needles. All the banks up here were overgrown with brambles. Local people told us it really was a no-go area.
Old used needles, things like that, like kind of a lot. That was something that had to be dealt with, obviously, because you've got to have safe handling and all that sort of stuff. Each of these issues that were encountered were overcome.
We've been embedded in this community for well over a year. We've got links with parents, with older people, with the schools, the Cub Scout groups, all of them telling us their challenges and telling us their vision.
And they've built this beautiful little area with the allotments. I go there every day, twice a day. I'm a dog owner, by the way. And we've got the little stretch of the Nook that goes up to Berkeley Avenue. I sit down there, especially when it's been the warmer weather, and look and see there's people taking their children to school, dogs for walks, people cycling, people obviously going to and from work.
Local people have told us they'd like steps to make it more accessible, and we'd not only bring on board local volunteers, we'd also link with the GP surgeries to try and raise those numbers of referrals of people living with different mental health challenges to really support them through our work here. Local parents have told us they'd love to see more free family events here, and with the cost of living crisis, what better than to have something lovely, fun and free right on their doorstep.
Their wide range of contacts and that grassroots level approach is something that councils and council officers can't always really do. We're bound by bureaucracy or time or whatever. Natalie in particular, it's just been fantastic in just reaching out, finding like grassroots with a youth-based team working over in the flats.
We'd love to work with a local youth group to create more signage and interpretation.
I think it's really important that we have community-led groups leading on this. It just means you get a wider range of people involved.
I think when you live near the town, you're always going to have to put up with a level of antisocial behaviour. Wouldn't feel safe on your own going underneath the subways.
Many local residents felt really unsafe in the area, especially in the tunnels. But one of those tunnels here, we transformed, incorporating the memories of older people and working with Commando Jugendstil and 50 local volunteers to paint this. We've heard from the local scout leaders that their group would love to get involved, and what better place to create public art than this ugly soundproof at the side of the inner distribution road. We know through a growing evidence base and our own experience here at this site that places like this, nature places in urban areas, can really support mental health. And in fact, around 20 years ago, I had a very serious mental health breakdown. At the time, sadly, social prescribing wasn't around. Now, through green social prescribing, we've been able to support people who've been living with mental health challenges to really grow and come out of themselves and improve their mental health through our programs here.
I got recommended it by my GP. Definitely, I deal with massive anxiety, like on a near daily basis. But when I do nature nurture, it goes away. Yeah, it's made me want to see a more colourful world, I guess. During Easter, we had an event, just a nice Easter event, to show off the Nook, and hundreds of people turned up, and it was a great day. And I remember that was like the first time in a long time that I've actually had to do like that proper job. Like the staff made it like easy for me to handle. They didn't make me do anything I didn't want to do. They let me just continue at my own pace. This 10-year-old kid, I think maybe 12-year-old. He stayed and helped me weave the hut for like a solid 2.5 hours. Just the people, like the team that are always there, like Adrian, for example, who is always doing conservation work, like he's great, like he's a great like mentor, friend. The rest of the crew, like Natalie, Teresa. There was a man called Chin, who was like my best friend there. He was great. But yeah, like the people working there, like just great memories, just working on it.
Sadly, the funding for this site came to an abrupt end after just a year, and now there's a real risk of this site going back to the no-go area it was. With our community partners, Food for Families, we began developing this community garden, but funding's dried up for that too, and we think this is just a wonderful way to involve people, many of whom haven't got gardens, to learn about food growing and cook and share together in the community.
Gardening is brilliant. You're working alongside people. You're not sitting around a table facing people going, "Who are you?" You're just working away together, and you have a chat. So you start more seedlings off, and then people take them home and grow them at home, or they grow them wherever they are.
We'll be doing a lot for urban wildlife too, really boosting biodiversity at this site. With funding from you, we can transform this into an outdoor community centre where people and wildlife thrive, and a place that is looked after well into the future.